I'm Merryl from My Mystery School, and I want to know, how connected is Scott Morrison to QAnon? How influenced, oh that's a bad card to fall out, how influenced is, oh dear, so is that. Okay, how influenced by conspiracy theories is he? And my interest has been piqued because he's kind of a secretive guy at the best of times. And I've been listening to some great podcasts exploring the origins of conspiracy theories and why they take such a hold. According to that research, the best conspiracy theories have all the hallmarks of a cult. They have insider knowledge and a connection to the bigger picture. They make prophecies that when they don't come true, they shift the dates. And cult-like behaviour is also linked to narcissistic behaviour. It's the same sort of thing, aimed to destabilise to take the power, and using mechanisms of control. A connection they make is between conspiracy theories and the way they're taken up in evangelistic churches and in Christian churches. We know our Prime Minister is part of the Pentecostal Church, and potentially this is a place where these conspiracy theories can flourish. So, Scott Morrison, how connected are you to QAnon? How influenced by the conspiracy theories have you become? As a signifier, I'm using the book card to signify QAnon. Geez, they're really jumping. And I'll be using the man card to indicate Scott Morrison. And we'll see what comes up. All right, let's go. Just move them across. Not doing well. Well, Scott Morrison hasn't showed in the reading, but there's the book, so that's QAnon. And I'd almost think the bear is the institution of government, but also I'm thinking there's institution as well, of the church. So how connected are you to QAnon? What we've got is small favours and small gifts that have come in written form, so an invitation. And it's come through a larger organisation. Maybe we know he did literally have a meeting with a key player in QAnon. Sorry, I've just forgotten his name, but I'll put it up on the screen. And is that what that's talking about? This is the central card, and it's showing new ways of thinking, new ways of being. Being very careful about his reputation. We've got this theme of gifts coming through, gifts and favours coming through this organisation, and that organisation is clouded, it's masked. So secret gifts coming through this organisation. There's QAnon, so what have they got? There's been a long connection, and this could be through the church. There's been a long connection through the church, and it's gathered fame and popularity. I get it, but that has to be masked from his role in the government. There's his role in the government. This long-standing arrangement that's been going on a long time is built on fear and repetition, and that fear-mongering that comes up in some of those evangelistic churches. And that's where this has been able to grow. On this level that I'm seeing here too, that connection, that photo of Scott Morrison and the QAnon guy, I can see that in this bit because that's the written bit. I think it was on an Instagram post or something like that. There's social media. It links to this new information that comes out, and from there down we see that had an impact on the government and the institutions. This line up here is kind of ugly. It's got gifts that are poisonous and toxic and that are held in secret. Repetitious, a continual cycle of these gifts and invitations that are toxic. And we've also got this card, the lilies, linking over here to the night. Linking over here to the heart. And that to me looks like his faith. His faith is at the heart of the matter. And this toxic, it feels like banter, this toxic backwards and forwardsing also gains movement. It's spread throughout these gifts and invitations, these small meetings, these gatherings, and through social media. The ship can be foreign influence. Potentially at the core of these conspiracy theories, it is foreign influence. And this one, you can see the diagonal moves through this new beginning to create confusion. For QAnon, this is all what's weighing down, and this is what's it's got coming ahead. So this masking of the identity and the strength and the influence. Our question was how influenced and is Scott Morrison to conspiracy theories? And it does start with small ways and interactions, but by the time we get down here, it's become a very strong influence. I'll draw one more line just as clarifiers, and also to see if Scott Morrison shows up, because what I can see now is it's been the long-standing relationship. His reputation has been affected by that social media post, but he is now more wary. He is now masking how much influence is actually there. So we'll draw some cards. We've got the Lady, Mountain, Mice, Key, and Crossroad. Okay, so he still isn't showing. He really, really is a slippery kind of guy. I'll just actually move them down so we can see them. In Lenormand, the tarot, the lady would represent a female, and the first female that you look at is the priority partner of who we're talking about. So that could probably be Jenny, and it's saying Jenny is putting a stop to this eating away, and she is key to making him have a think about the influence of conspiracy theories and QAnon. That's how I'd be reading that. She's making him have a think. And he's had to split his focus. So that explains that a bit more. To me, that just means it's gone underground. He's very protective of his private inner self. Like, he's so Scotty from marketing. It's all marketing to protect what's really going on there. Maybe the question to come up, because he hasn't shown, does Scotty still believe at the core the conspiracy spread by QAnon, especially where they interact with the prophecies of his own faith? Has he really, if he's been advised by his wife, stop it, has he really dropped what these documentaries are talking about, the cult-like hold of QAnon? So I've given these a really good shuffle. We've got art, Two of Swords, Star, and what's this one? Three of Wands. No, he hasn't. This in other decks is the Temperance card, and it's a really lovely blending fluid image normally, but you can see this one, it's juggling monsters and power. don't know if you can see that. There you go. We start off with, he thought he could blend it. He thought he could juggle it and get away with it. But then we get the Two of Swords saying he had to make a decision. He didn't want to make a decision, but the cold, hard, brutal facts were that he had to make a decision. This card is the challenge, and it's the Star card. So the challenge for him was rising to the occasion. He wasn't able to integrate what was going on. He wasn't able to bring that blending into its whole form, and perhaps even find a spiritual truth. He wasn't prepared to let go of his spiritual truth. So the outcome, has he really changed his beliefs? The Three of Wands, he's still holding on to them, and he's actually looking further afield. This might be why we had the ship in there. Looking at foreign shores, looking at how to expand it. This journey does echo the Lenormand, where we start with small gifts and small transactions and end with a big influence. So for entertainment purposes only, that's what the cards think about Scott Morrison's connection to QAnon. I'm Merryl, and this is my mystery school. Like, follow, share and subscribe. If you'd like to learn tarot, see my video course at www.merrylkey.com/courses. Blessed be.